One thing that really helped me was getting into the habit of, okay, let's be real. One thing that I thought would really help me was being in the habit of making my very first thought in the morning a positive one. Now, the reality is, oftentimes when I first open my eyes, I don't control the first thought that pops into my head. And so oftentimes what would pop into my head would not be a positive thought. But what I found helped me was once I was awake and once I was able to realize what I was thinking, I would look next to me and I would have a positive affirmation, a positive thought for the day. So the goal was to make my first conscious chosen thoughts be positive, uplifting thoughts. The reality is when you wake up, you're going to think whatever you think because those thoughts pop into your head and you don't control them all. But I do control what I choose to focus on. And so my goal was to make the thoughts that I chose to focus on first thing in the morning positive thoughts. Thoughts like, I'm ready for today. Today is a new opportunity. I will do something I'm proud of today. I found that the more I could focus on these thoughts in the morning, the better my day went the entire day. I'd love to hear if you have any morning affirmations or morning positive thoughts that you use to start your day on the right foot. And if you have any tips to how you can make your first thought in the morning be a positive thought, I'd love to hear them. The best thing for me was just recognizing that I'm going to think whatever is in my head, but have an affirmation next to me that I could pick up and read and then choose to focus on that going forward, but not beat myself up if my first thoughts were not naturally wonderful, healthy, positive thoughts. So anyway, that's something that really helped me was focusing on these positive thoughts. Also, another thing that really helped me, it may seem silly, but lighting a scented candle and just watching the flame for a few minutes and trying to sometimes like take a deep breath in and slowly and in a controlled way breathe out, and maybe you kind of turn your head and just watch the effect, the impact that your breath has on that flame light flickering. It was just a great reminder to me in life. There's a lot of things that we don't control, but I think there's equally as many things that we do control. And when I focus on the things that I do control, I can remember that I do have power to impact my life, to impact my situation, to impact my circumstances. I can't fix everything magically, but I can make choices that make the most of the situation that I'm living in. And so anyway, sometimes just taking a few minutes and really watching the candle burn and really watching the flame burn was good for me. But then also, like I said, focusing in on my breath and the effect that my breath can have on that burning candle also helped me. Another thing, when you have a ton of time on your hands, but big thoughts, worrisome thoughts are in your mind, oftentimes I would find that doing a puzzle is a wonderful distraction because it takes really a lot of concentration to look and find the perfect piece for that place, but you can do it in teeny tiny increments. And so during super stressful times of my life, when I've been at home and had a lot of time to kill, but also had a lot of worry, I oftentimes enjoyed doing a puzzle. One thing for me, sometimes I would become a little obsessive, and once I started the puzzle, I would feel like I couldn't stop until it was all the way finished. When I got to that point, when that puzzle was done, I did not get another one out right away. And so this is a tool. It helped me. Sometimes it was great, and then sometimes it was too much. And so of course for yourself, you'll know what works and what doesn't work. And I would say if it doesn't work, there's no shame in that. Just do what works for you. But if it does work, then great. You can add another thing to your list of healthy coping skills, healthy coping tools. I really enjoyed doing this on the days that it worked for me. So anyway, fun, soothing activities. I wonder what other fun and soothing activities can you think of if you were stuck at your house for a day? You couldn't go anywhere, but you had all the time in the world to just sit there doing something. Right after Ben's surgery, when we were home and he was recovering and he was sleeping a lot, I did find myself with a lot of time that I needed to be with him in the room and I needed to be awake and alert, but I could be doing something. And so, anyway, these things helped me.
I'm Anastasia, and this is something that helped me. I know every story is different, but I hope that in this you can find something to help you as well. Best of luck. It used to really bother me. Every single person would say, I don't know how you do it. And for me, I realized the answer is 1 day at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time. People would say, I could never do that. Yes, yes, you could, and you will. The journey is long and bumpy, but keep taking those tiny steps, and you can do this. I promise. Whatever is standing in front of you today, you can get through it.